Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to the briefing on Saturday, the 13th of May. Let's view out the window. I'm in the Lasham engineering workshop in the warm, and it's not going to be warm out there for this morning, that's for sure, because you can see from the wind direction northeasterly. So northeasterly is always a bit of an interesting direction because it all depends really where the air has originated from, and you can see it's sort of drawing it in crossing the east and all the way down across the North Sea. So what we've got at the moment is like a cloud layer trapped under an inversion with this high pressure, and that'll take a little while to sort of burn off. If it was, December, January, we'd say it's going to stay like this all day, but it will burn away and get better as the morning goes on. And as the morning goes on, looking at the current forecast, the isobars are a little bit closer together and they tend to pull apart, and the winds hopefully slacken off a little bit. Reasonably high pressure, as you can see. So looking at the TAFs, Farnborough really tells you what's happening now, to be honest. They're sort of saying broken at 1,000 feet and potentially this morning broken at 600. Well, it's actually overcast at 700 feet of Farnborough, according to the latest METAR. But I'm sure that'll get better, and it'll slowly go between 9 and 1 for scattered 2,000 feet, and then small amounts of cumulus in the afternoon, getting better as the day goes on. Wind direction 020, 8 knots, and Gatwick giving the same, but that will change a little bit during the day. Upper winds more northeasterly, as you can see down in the channel here, 040, 050 over us. So potential South Downs ridge day, but I'm not entirely sure the wind's actually strong enough to make it good. I think it'll work just.
Yeah, cleanliness check.
But not sort of a great day. Sat pick. Okay, so looks just pretty solid. Some thicker bits here. There's no rain in there, and it is beginning to thin a little bit just on the south coast. So I think that'll sort of head towards us. Temperature-wise, feels like you need a coat out there at the moment, but I think as the afternoon goes on, it'll get up to about 18 degrees. But that wind will take the sort of edge off the temperatures. And dew points, well, they're suggesting 10s and 12s here. Currently, dew points sitting at about 8 over the area here. So yeah, I suspect dew points 8 to 9. Temperature 18, so a reasonable split, but it's a fairly dry air mass. And so looking at the soundings, I've left the 9 o'clock one on there. You can see this inversion here picking up. It's only predicted, it's not an actual, but this would suggest where the cloud is going to sit under here to start off with, and as the morning goes on, that'll slowly lift and burn off, and the inversion rise. So by 12 o'clock, looks like we should get sort of thermals going to about 2,500 feet by 1 o'clock. That's Zulu time, so 1 o'clock, 2,500 feet. And in the afternoon, with 18 degrees, potentially 3.5 around Lasham. I haven't looked further. It looks better to the east, just where the temperature is going to be a bit warmer. That's over London, unfortunately. Top meteo, picking up the cloud. And as you can see, this is 9 o'clock predicted. The brighter colours here are sub 500 foot cloud, so it's probably what it is out there at the moment. So roll it through to 11 o'clock, it's breaking up. Should be flyable by then. By sort of midday, cloud will have evaporated, and we're left with a day with potentially small amounts of cumulus. quite often it shows this as being blue over large areas, but actually we get small amounts of cumulus, as you can see, more in other areas. So definitely 1/8 skew, I think, in the afternoon, blue to 1/8. Thermal heights, well, it's not going to get going obviously till probably 12, 1 o'clock at best. They're suggesting, just like the predicted sound, as you can see, 600 to 700 meters by 1 o'clock. And by sort of 2, 3 o'clock, 3,000 feet. And in the afternoon, between 3 and 4, over 1,000 meters, 3,500 feet. So definitely a sort of after lunch start, and hopefully a nice afternoon soaring. Potential distance that Top Meteo are giving, and I think this has been downgraded somewhat from a couple of days ago. Yeah, it was more blues in this area here. Now the blues are confined to south of London. Okay, sky sight. They're giving a similar sort of thing. This is midday around the Lasham area, 1,500 feet, and move it on to sort of 2:30. And they're saying 2,000 feet around here. But funny enough, they're not saying it gets that much better west of Lasham. They're still showing 500 meters and 700 meters above the ground around us, but much better out to the east. So we'll see. I think it'd be a little bit better than that. Airspace wise, had a good look around a number of different NOTAM sites. Not really a lot going on. There's one smack over us, so that's actually us, because we NOTAM on busy days. Nothing really of major note. We got drone operations down on the south coast, east of Portsmouth. The danger areas heights have been changed. They're active during the day, and the rest is really just paragliding. So if you're going anywhere further north, I suggest you check the NOTAMs yourself. There's nothing major that we've looked at. Airfield operations, yeah, a bit of a challenging one in this wind direction. I think the 3 options. Option 1 is where we have the launch point vehicle now, and we'll have cables just on the grass on the south side of the runway, and the gliders on the south side of the runway on the grass area here. And we'll see what the cable drift's like. If that doesn't work, we'll swap the operation and put the cables on the north side and have the winch launch gliders on the north side, launch point vehicle in the middle, and aero towing from the southern edge. That might make the drift a little bit more tolerable. And worst case scenario, if the wind is too strong, we'll have to go down here on 0.5. But I think that really is a worst case scenario. Hopefully we'll be able to get away with it on 0.9. What else is going on today? Only thing of note on the jet movement front is an A319 departing at 5 o'clock tonight. That's been pushed back to that time. Currently there's just filed a flight plan, but we'll see if that actually takes place. So folks, let's go and get the gliders out of the hangar, and we'll get them out to the launch point. It may not be flyable just at the moment, but at least we can get ready, and we're good to go when it clears up.